Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by. I just put out a shoe review for the On Cloudflows and noticed I was comparing it a lot to the first generation of the On Cloudflows, which both are shoes that I've put uh, over 200 miles on. So it's 375 for the first generation and just over 225 uh, for the second generation. So I feel like I've gotten to know both shoes. They are incredibly similar and incredibly different at the same time. So there are mostly positives in the new shoe. So let's get to it. So the biggest difference you will see in the first generation versus the second generation is the channel that runs through the center of the shoe. So it has gotten much smaller in the second generation. So I am picking up rocks and things much less than I am with the first generation. That being said, it's not completely gone. I'm still picking up rocks basically anytime I run over them. So, along with that center channel, there are, I think the upper has some major changes. Um, so the lacing pattern is different on the second generation, along with an elastic band to hold down your laces. And I do feel like I get a much better tie down at the midfoot with the second generation. Uh, they both have the skinny little spaghetti laces, but again, those have never come unlaced for me. So it is a little bit hard to get a grip on those, but they do uh, stay tied down pretty well. The heel, though it does in the second generation slip a little bit for me, it is nowhere near as bad as I had in the first generation because at 375 miles, the heel on my Cloudflows is pretty shredded, which was one of the reasons I actually got the second generation. Truth be told, the main reason I got the second generation was the elastic band for the laces because I'm a sucker for those silly little add-ons. So technically, from on the biggest changes that they made were the integration of the Helion foam in the Cloudflow, which the original did not have, as well as they say they have improved traction uh, on the outsole rubber, which I have seen on the original Cloudflows. I couldn't run through a puddle without slipping, and I do get some improved traction on the second generation, even though there is less outsole rubber on that. So, on the topic of outsole, I also see that it is wearing down much faster than it was with the first generation. The second generation is wearing down. Um, so, I have several pads on the outsole rubber that are completely worn down on the second generation at just 225 miles. We're at 375 miles on the first generation. I still have, it looks like quite a bit of traction, but I still, even at brand new, they were slipping. So there are some pretty serious differences. I think if you run in an original Cloudflow, you should go check out the new one. As soon as I put it on my feet, I could feel that new Helion foam adding some cushion to my run, which I have found to be a huge benefit. But they are similar enough where if you know for a fact you cannot do a Cloudflow, um, then I wouldn't waste my time on getting the second generation. There aren't enough very solid differences. The fit of them is almost identical. I have good amount of room in the toe box. The width at my arch feels fine. Uh, there is a little bit of heel slipping, but that tighter heel in the second generation might be the only thing difference where my foot feels a difference inside the shoe. So hopefully that helps you out when going to look into some Cloudflows. I've put over 600 miles in them, so I really think they're a great shoe. And if you're into a light, neutral, cushion trainer that you could take to a marathon distance and beyond, I think it's a great shoe to check out. So hopefully that helps you out. And thank you for coming by. If you don't mind, giving me a like and subscribe, and get out there and get running.